Hi, this is Jackie Mgido. This is part 2 of our recreation of Beyonce's music video, Video Phone. If you notice our model, we've put the foundation on, and now we've put a light powder underneath the eyes. This is for any excess eyeshadow that happens to trickle down, or it could be for the highlight, especially for the last look of our whole look that we're going to do today. I'm going to introduce you to our character palette. We are actually going to use this for her eyeshadow. We're going to go ahead and use the blue, and we're going to go ahead and use the black. Now we're going to use the 330 brush from Makeup Designory. I'm going to go ahead and load my brush with the blue cream, and I'm stippling it on because, again, it is a cream. Better to go with very light first and just kind of work it in there. Okay, and as you notice, I've just gone halfway. Okay, all right, and now I'm moving on to the other eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch my brushes. It's the same brush, it's just smaller. I'm going to go ahead and load into the black. I've cut out a cardboard box into a triangle, and I'm going to use this to guide me because it's going to give me a really sharp edge. I'm going to go ahead and use this as my guide. It's really awesome if you want that dramatic, sharp angle. And anybody can do this. I'm going to ask my model to turn her head, and as I look at her, it's pretty even. I'm ready to move on. This is our 4-hole palette that we're going to use today from Makeup Designory. I'm going to introduce you to the colors as we apply them. The first color that we're going to use is Tinsel, which is a silver color. And just apply as little and just build on. Okay. I'm stippling it on to the cream. What's really great and what's intensifying this beautiful silver tinsel color is the blue underneath. I love it. Looks great. All right. Again, I'm going to go ahead and load. And look at that. You are stippling it on, making sure that it really adheres to that blue. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my blue cream, and I'm going to place a little bit of the cream right around the edges of the silver. All right. Again, stipple it on this side. I'm going to go back into our 4-hole palette, and I'm going to use the Midnight Blue. And you can see I'm lightly patting it in because this has so much pigment in it, and we want it really light. Okay, I'm going to go back to my powder, pat it in again. Great. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to use the black cream around the edges. I'm going to introduce you to the Makeup Designory 800 brush. This brush is really awesome for blending. I'm going to load very lightly, and just along our guide, I am going to go ahead and place the black. And again, I'm stippling it on. Right at the edges, this is where I'm going to place most of my black because I want my intensity to be right by the edges. I'm going to go ahead and use our 410 Makeup Designory brush. And I'm also going to use the foundation that we use for contouring her. And I'm also going to use our fabulous cardboard guide. Right by her eyebrow, I'm going to place it, and I'm going to stipple it. Great. That is my guide for that fabulous brow. And look at this brush, it's great in terms of angling. Just gonna go ahead and fill in my brow. I'm going ahead and I'm also putting the foundation around the areas where her hair is darker so it can match. And I also added in a little bit of the black so it can transition into the areas where she doesn't have hair. I'm now going to apply lashes, and I'm applying the glue to the edge of the lashes. Now I'm placing the lash at the corner of the eye, right into the lash line. There we go. Now that we are done with this eye, you're going to repeat the same step on the other eye. Now we're going to apply our cake liner, which is water activated. We'll be using our eyeliner 100 brush. You want to roll it and you want to wait for it to get a little bit wet. Go ahead and look up for me, please. And we're just going to swoop it right across. And we're going to go ahead and blend this in. Great. And an eyeliner in between the wet line is optional. Okay, great. We're going to repeat the same exact step on the other side. I'm going to use our 500 brush. This is awesome for applying mascara. I'm also going to use our volumizing mascara. And I'm going to take our fan brush and I'm going to load the brush. Great, look at that. Great, I'm going to ask you just to look up. Awesome. Great. I'm going to go ahead and just lightly touch the bottom lashes. I'm going to go ahead and use our 510 fan brush. This has a lot of purposes. I love this brush. And what you want to do is you want to ask your model just to close her eyes, and you want to gently swoop off the powder and do it gently, right? Can we go in there? Use our fabulous fan brush. Lovely. Awesome. There we go. Now we're going to use a 710 brush, and we're going to use Garnet, which is going to be our blush color. I'm going to load my brush, and lightly, I'm going to just touch the cheek very lightly, guys. With Beyonce, she mostly put the cheek color parallel to the contouring. And I'm going to repeat it on the other side. Again, right by the cheek. Okay. This is the vintage eye pencil, but I'm going to use it for the lips. I'm going to start with the bottom. The lip liner is very defined. You can actually see it, so you don't have to really worry about blending that much. Wonderful. This eyeliner has a little bit of purple tint to it. And if you notice, Beyonce's lips have a purple tint to them. Wonderful. This is a lip glaze called Bear. I'm going to squeeze it onto my palette. And then I'm going to get our 930 brush, load the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the center of her lips. Great, it's looking really good. And we are officially done.